So what I'm working on today is I was leaking from the seal here on the power steering rack, and since I have the engine out and I noticed that I had fluid always pulling up here, and it looks like it was leaking on the K member down there, as you can see. I'm just going to change this since its engine is out. I think you can still do this with the engine in. Obviously, you just have a few more things in the way, but once you take the steering shaft off, this is pretty accessible and pretty open. Here's the old seal, and it's it's rubber inside and it's metallic on the outer. So what I had to do is I had to drill a hole right here, and it wasn't sitting this high. It was actually below this neck of the steering rack. But when it's down there, you're gonna have to drill a hole with a screw. And I used this, so a metal tapping screw, to make the hole. It worked pretty good once you got through it. Once I got the hole through, so I used this. Once I made a hole in the gasket, again, this gasket was below this neck right here inside. I was able to put this in there, and I was able to just kind of back and forth wedge it out, and it came out. And you'll get some fluid start pulling up again. So we're just going to clean this. That you want to use ATF automatic fluid, power steering fluid, for the power steering rack. I don't know if that's still the case for GM or Camaros, but you know, the stuff that you read on the internet. But I'm just showing you guys how to remove this seal if you are leaking from here. And I ended up getting this little kit from Amazon. If you go to O'Reilly's or AutoZone, chances are they won't have it. At least they didn't have it in my area. And it would take them 2 to 3 business days to get it. Amazon was able to deliver this next day for $25 out the door. So this is a new one. So this is Sunsong North America, assembled in the U.S. with parts from the U.S., Mexico, and Taiwan. So, oh well. This seal is called the high temperature steering shaft seal, or upper shaft high temp seal, or something like that, but I couldn't find it by itself, so it was always in a kit. So this is what we're going to use here. Put it there, and then I'm probably going to tap it in with like a socket. Just tap it in on all the sides. So I used the oil pressure sensor socket. We tapped it in with the hammer on both sides. Here, all the way around, just lightly tap it in, tap it in, tap it in. And as you're tapping it in, sometimes you might need to hit it a little harder than you might want to, just to get it started. But once it goes, just be mindful of not hitting it too far in, because mine felt like it could have kept going, but I knew the stock one wasn't that deep, so I kind of stopped right here. And from the looks of it, it stopped leaking and pooling on that canted edge over here. This is where it was pulling and leaking over and going down there. So I'm gonna let it sit for 5 minutes before I put the snap ring back in. And I'll keep you guys updated to see if they work. Alright guys, I'm back with the 1996 Camaro SS power steering rack seal replacement. There's snap rings in place. As you can see, I think I maybe put the seal too low because the snap ring is not sitting directly above the seal. So maybe I went down like maybe half a centimeter too low or a few millimeters. Hopefully it's not an issue. It's not leaking. Stop leaking. So I guess we'll just find out. Maybe the pressure of turning the steering wheel left and right will bring it back up to where it touches the snap ring, but I'm not sure. I guess we'll just find out. If anything, if it starts leaking again, I'll just know that was my issue, and I'll just have to order another one. And you have to remove the snap ring before you can drill a hole into the seal with the metal tapping screws. And then, all right guys, hopefully this helps somebody out.